And I need to speak my piece. I need to speak my piece on this. When it comes to Baltimore Ravens, John Harbaugh, Rashadi, and how he was let go. There's been rumors saying that John was let go on a phone call. And when it comes to how somebody was let go, does it really matter? Does it really matter? Some of y'all are up in arms saying, oh, if Steve Bisciotti did this, if Steve Bisciotti let him go via a phone call, then I'm done with him. Why are you done with him? He just freed us from Harbaugh. And yes, we have a lot of respect for Harbaugh. But imagine if you were in the room with somebody you love. Some of y'all have been together for a while. You got a lot of care for them. Y'all been family. Y'all been close. And all of a sudden, you have to cut ties. Don't you think? Sorry, I think I got something down here. Don't you think that if we sat in the room and all of a sudden you have to have this tough conversation with them and they're a negotiator, their whole job is to motivate people. Don't you think they're going to hug it out and they're going to give that coach another year? If he sits in the room with Steve Bisciotti, they close like father and son, like me and this guy right here. Don't you think that if we get into the room together and I say I'm going to fire him, that he is going to use his he's going to appeal to my empathetic side and he's not going to negotiate another deal? Have y'all seen the Cincinnati Bengals coach from the past? Marvin Lewis, every time he'd hop in that room, we don't know what went on in that room. Personally, I think he'd blackmailed them. I think he walked into the room, was like, hey, I got still got these photos, these feet pics that your wife was sending over here, this, that, and the other. And then he walk out with another job, walk out with another year. What's up, Lamar? Yeah. So all of a sudden he goes into that office, and he was one of the longest tenured coaches in NFL history because he'd hustle a deal every time he hopped in the room. Yes, please. Yeah, he'd hustle a deal every single time he got into the room. Steve Bisciotti was smart. He called him on the way home from the facility, saying, "Hey, man, hey, to let you go, but I'm going ahead and you know how it is, man. We're gonna let you go." And because if he had got in that room, they'd have hugged it out, and he'd have got another year.
Daddy.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm on the show.
Hello.
Okay. All right, go feed the dogs. Okay, or whatever. Anyway, so yes, when it comes to firings, it's not how it was done, just that it was done. Lisa says, "Hi, I'm not very happy about John being fired. Not right now. It's uh, it's not right. It's fair. It makes no sense. Listen, what's funny is how they still keep making the comparisons when it comes to people on their job searches. Is for me. So when you look at it, you see, sorry, you see a guy who keeps getting tutored as a Hall of Famer coach on a job search. And it's the most coveted coach in the league right now. Oh, wait. It, he is the most coveted coach in the league right now that is looking for a job. And then on the other hand, you see that this is the highly most coveted position to coach in the league. And it's because Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh helped each other be great. There's nothing wrong with saying that statement. There's nothing wrong with it at all. That they helped each other become great. Now, all of the rumors, all of the interviews, all of the podcasts and the hoopla and the Twitters and the X feeds, whatever, that want to state information to say it was a messy relationship, this, that, and the other. We know what happened. We know that there were fumbles and drop passes and missed kicks and so on that led up to this. But nothing takes away from the fact that John Harbaugh was great. Lamar Jackson is great. And they can both be great in their searches for their new teammates, we'll say. their new organizations. Now, when it comes to the coaching search, there are a couple names that I want to stay clearly away from, but we'll get to that in just a second. Longmire says, I had a feeling that it was going to happen at the start of the season. I think so too. You know, when you sign these guys to these long year deals, it doesn't mean anything. They have an unsuccessful season. Personally, I thought that it was going to be the other guy that got fired, with Mike Tomlin, because I thought Aaron was going to take that organization and pretty much toss it in a trash can, and then he would get fired at the end of the season. So we'll see how that's still out there. That's still possible to happen because the Steelers may be tired of Mike Tomlin as well, and it'd be funny if we have a flip. We get Tomlin, they get Harbaugh, and there's be a whole hot mess going on. Anyway, because Harbaugh's already familiar with a few Ravens already over there. Anyway, let's see what you guys got to say. Lisa says, what people don't understand is John won us a Super Bowl. I think they understand it. I mean, it's right there. But I think they understand it. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Loving the outfit, talking about loving the outfit. So yeah, I was just doing some fun communications expert mentoring today, and that was a great time. I really appreciated that opportunity. Just to sit down and meet a new friend, basically, and get to know him a little better. Let's see. Kevin Stefanski is someone I have zero interest in seeing as head coach. Yeah, we're getting that section right now. So I think when it comes to coaches that I don't want to see, Stefanski is one of those. Um, Kingsbury, no, no, we don't want Cliff. Cliff ain't loyal. Cliff sit there and he got Josh Rosen right now is in the unemployment line because of guys like Cliff. Y'all want that to happen? Y'all want Cliff to come in and say, "Oh, you know what? Lamar's not my guy. I'm gonna go draft somebody else and put Lamar in the streets or on the free agency market because he'll get a job easily." But you want Kingsbury to come in here? I don't. McDaniels, sorry, not a fan. All he do is start mess. He's a drama queen, and he ain't got no backbone. So how you supposed to run or lead 52 men if you ain't got a backbone? Can't speak up for yourself.
That, for the record, you scared me half to death.
Derelin Flores is spamming the heck out of my chat here. What's up? Hello. So yeah, no, don't want Cliff. I'm kind of in on Salas or Robert Saleh. I like his defensive mentality, and he can come in there and we wouldn't miss a beat. However, I do like the offensive mentality of Clint Kubiak. I think that would be that'd be a solid guy. I'd be with Clint Kubiak, coming from the Kubiak tree and running a Shanahan style offense. I'm with those type of things. So I think Kubiak could probably be at the top of my list. Salah be number two, and then I don't know, Texans defensive coaches maybe, or offense coordinator. Uh, as far as Vance Joseph, not really in on that one. Homeboy from Minnesota that everybody keeps tooting about that couldn't get a job or was it Miami, ended up wrongfully firing him and all that good stuff. I'm just not in on that guy. Like, everybody's like, oh, he unfairly didn't get a job in the past. Well, he ain't fit for Baltimore. Show me the coaching resume. Show me where he's been that guy for us. Comes to anybody from the Chicago Bears? Absolutely not. I'm sorry. Just not happening. Longmire says, I like John Harbaugh, but it was time to let him go. Steve Bisciotti wasn't playing, and I don't blame him for one bit. Fele needs to go, too. Absolutely. So wherever John is, he can take Fele with him. I know that they have ties all the way back to 2015. He can take that trash guy with him. Let's see. What's your take on Mark LaFleur? No thanks. Absolutely not. No, not a fan of LaFleur. No, not happening. If Rex Ryan puts his hat in the ring, that's a conversation. Does he still have it as a motivator, as a ability to come in and lead 52 men to victories? Can he motivate Lamar Jackson? Somebody said Deion Sanders. Nah, sorry. That is a lot of drama, a lot of diva coming into the building. And last thing we need is him taking L's to his son on purpose over in Cleveland. Will that happen? I don't know. I think the competitor in him would want to beat his son. So, but you just don't know. Anyway, Tony Weaver. Just because he gave a motivational speech, is he the guy? He gave a great motivational speech for the Dolphins. But what did their defense look like? Go ahead and take a look at that. That motivational speech was fire. It was great. But would he come in and be able to help run the Ravens in a way that he's talking about? Because, I don't think that's going to work. Jesse Minter is intriguing. But I still think my top two, Saleh, and then, of course, Kubiak. Tony Weaver, my God, I want to know. But you guys, y'all chime in with your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you tune in. I think we'll do a show Monday, me and Canberra. I think we're done crying, done mourning. I was in the fetal position for a couple of days down here on the floor. It was just tough, dealing with not being able to be in the playoffs, But as far as I'm concerned, it's a whole crazy year. I mean, when the Lions don't make the playoffs and the Chiefs don't make the playoffs and the Ravens don't make the playoffs, it's a hot mess playoffs. And I'm looking forward to seeing who is going to turn out on top on this. My money is on the Broncos or the Texans. Anybody else? I really don't want to see that. I don't want to see the Steelers. I don't want to see the Patriots. I don't want to see the Jaguars, because then they'll talk about Prince is better than Lamar or some crap like that. Yeah, definitely don't want to see the Steelers or the Patriots. Everybody else I kind of would be somewhat okay with. Josh Allen, they've been wanting to toot this guy for years as a Super Bowl champion. So, if he goes and gets it, cool. Do you, man? I ain't gonna be mad. It just means that, Lamar just got to come out there and go get it next year. And the thing is, Pat Mahomes won't be back till November, so it is what it is. Yeah, Lamar, Clint Kubiak, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, and we get top 15, I think pick number 14 this year. Oh, yeah, I'm all about that. So, yeah, I think we'll do some research on that and maybe bring up about 5 different guys that we can present to you. Maybe I'll bring up 6, 7 guys. And who we could present that might just be a fit for the Ravens in the draft, whether we're going to defund the defense and go offensive, or we're going to add to our pass rush. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Leave that. With that said, give me 2 claps. Fade to black, y'all. Love you.